You're listening to Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official podcast of Lingerie Fighting Championships. And now, here's your host, Michael Larkin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships podcast, Beauty, Strength, and Dominance. I'm your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me, as always, for these reviews now, he is the host of Sketchy and Funny. A special bonus episode came out, which we'll get into later on in today's show, the one and only debonair artiste that is Mr. Tommy Bell. How are you, Tommy?
Hello, Michael Larkin. How are you, buddy?
Good, man. Debonair, looking suave, one of the sharp-dressed men on this show. Look at you. Look at you.
I thought this was a really extra special show, and so what I wanted to do was wear my LFC colors of black, red, and gray on the top, just to show my love and support for the LFC.
Well, you certainly are hitting that, man. And I mean, a lot has happened before we get into this show. A lot has happened with you to touch upon, man. A lot of stuff coming in the works and the pipeline. You're a busy bee, Mr. Tommy Bell.
You know, how ironic that at some point in time, I know for a fact earlier this year, I did a post about going on a hiatus. And what a load of shit that is. I mean, it is and it isn't, because I am totally scaling back from, like, the big, huge, massive production run is over. That ended with Mia Annabella's Fairy Dust drawing, and that's that. So my number of projects is scaled back, but the ones that I'm doing are meant to have far more impact than just kicking out drawing after drawing after drawing. So the ones that I'm committed to, that have planned on, I have so much punch to them already. Like, they're already in pre-planning stages. I was just on Pop Anime Comics podcast with Andrew Davis, and he was giving me some crap about having planned so far in advance. And I said, but the projects I'm working on and the people that I'm working on these with are so top shelf that you have to extend patience, courtesy, timelines, and all this to pull things together. And I've had a grand master plan. And I did leak a few things on Andrew Davis's podcast, and I might as well, as respect for the LFC fans, I'm going to go ahead and leak that information and a little bit more information right here, right now, just to get it out of the way. Number one, last year, I featured Hollywood from Glow as the Mummy, my reimagining of a classic movie monster for Halloween time. And I'm in scary mode like all year. My brain is just absolutely in scary mode all this year. So what I'm doing is a follow-up to the Mummy. I'm doing the Bride of Frankenstein, and it's featuring one of LFC's absolute legends, Tomco, as the Bride of Frankenstein. And that's all I want to say about that right now. There's a few other projects I have going this year. And just today, a seed was planted. And I've given permission to say just this much, because neither her nor I know any more about this than what we've discussed today, which was just general. I'll be featuring somebody who is an LFC all-star and a very good friend of mine and a huge supporter from the very, very beginning. So sometime towards the end of this year or going into next year, I'll be working on a project with the LFC Prez, Holly May.
Oh, I cannot wait for the Bride of Frankenstein and more Holly May, the Lotus Holly May, Holly the Lotus May, the LFC Prez. It's going to be great to see those drawings, Tommy. You, like we mentioned, folks, he is a busy bee. But I got to say, man, hiatus, schmihiatus, if you will, to add it to that best thing. Because here we are, you're right back at it, right?
I've had more contact with people and more requests, if you will, and more things during my quote-unquote hiatus than I did when I was busy. And of course, the most important thing, just take another 30 seconds to talk about, because I'm so proud of this project. And I'm invested in this project. And it was not my brainstorm, but it was my opportunity to do a book cover for Mignon Dauphine, the author, and my good friend who's written a book called The Quantibees, Hood Rats, Homewreckers, and Informants. It's a thriller book that's coming out sometime late summer, early fall. I don't have the exact date myself, but it's going to be incredible. I've done the book cover, and there's a chance. Mimi and I were just talking today that I may be doing and creating another image for that book. So, or around the project or something. I've had an idea about it because her project and the book struck me so creatively when I was doing the first cover that, and when we were doing the drawing show with her, that I had another idea in my head. and so, but very excited about that book coming out real soon with my artwork on the cover. Hell yeah!
Well, Tommy, if there's anyone that deserves the opportunities, man, it is you. And I cannot wait to see what goes on that front from the imagery standpoint and the book cover. And we'll promote it later on the show, folks. But Mignon Dauphine, thank you so much for being on the drawing show. She is a great talent. Give her a follow on Instagram at mignon.dauphine. And if you want to follow this show, well, you're going to follow along with us first with this review because LFC 40 Booty Camp 5, we are back in action. Last time we did this show, Tommy, we were hailing from Kissimmee, Florida. LFC 39 got us among us, but we are back home turf, hometown. LFC 40 Booty Camp 5 at the FSW Arena. It's always great to see the FSW Arena hosting another event. And, well, this event did not disappoint, and let's start it off right at the very beginning here. The opening contest for LFC 40 Booty Camp 5, Bella Inc. against the debuting, the Texas Tank Brandy May, wearing her own style and profile and lingerie from Niche Boutique, and Bella Inc. is back, coming off a victory over Jenny Bloody Valentine at LFC 39 Goddess Among Us, and a victory over Tomiko the Temptress Tajima at LFC 38 Angels and Little Devils. Boy, oh boy, what a debut for Miss Brandy May, and Bella Inc. making her own return to LFC Booty Camp, because as we saw back in 2019 at the original Booty Camp was her debut against Jolene the Valkyrie Hex, which this son of a gun here has done amazing drawing work of it. Well, Bella Inc. comes in as she does right off the bat, ground game working on her. Sam Brandy May reversing her to the ground game, the punches, the kicks, the strikes. Brandy May with that kickboxing background. It ends in the first round where she's got her in a triangle choke type of submission here. And I got to say, Brandy May did not tap out. She went through right the first round. We saw some wardrobe malfunctions at the junction, if you will, folks. And dare I say, Tommy Bell, I see you laughing here. And I'm going to say this first and foremost, Tommy Bell, I would wish Bella Inc. the best of luck after what we saw, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I went there. Then we get to round
two. I wish her two breasts of luck.
Woo! I'm right there with you. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody have a chicken wing with a side of chicken breast. Yes, sir. So then we get to round two, and we're scrapping. We got the pasties back. Everything is checked. Protect your neck, to quote the Wu-Tang Clan. They both go at it once again, but back to the ground game. Bella Inc. locks in that devastating rear naked choke and then tap it, tap, tap like it's Happy Gilmore. Bella Inc. is your winner. And Brandy May, what a showing in her debut. Let's give us some round two of this. More Brandy May and LFC. Tommy Bell, talk about the bout, the breast of luck, and Bella Inc. getting the victory over the Texas Tank Brandy May.
Michael, there's something that always feels very welcoming, and just like LFC home, to be back at the FSW Arena in Vegas, like every time, I've been there, you've been there. It just feels great to be there. It's their venue, So here we go. We kick it off. And I'm going to say this. If there's any way to kick off an LFC event with a bang, with a punch, it's with Bella Inc. That's what you do. And it's absolutely what they did. Let's start off with our heavy hitter, so to speak, right? You know what I'm talking about. Showmanship galore. But you also have Brandy May. And I've been watching Brandy May. And here she come out. My first two thoughts were holy and crap. And she come out. And then here comes Bella Inc. And Bella Inc.'s got the show. She comes every entrance. She kills it. Even if the poppers don't pop when you pull the thing right off the bat. You know what? She is such a professional. Doesn't bother her whether it's a malfunction or not. She makes the whole damn thing work, and she gets you jazzed and pumped for the show. I wasn't really sure who I was rooting for because, here comes Brandy May. I'm like, wow. I mean, it looks like she's going to really kill it, and she really did. Man, this was a good fight, and I kind of thought, Bella Inc's going to be all over her, and they were all over each other. And I was surprised that, it was a spectacle, that it was a fight. I was kind of expecting to be more one-sided. I will not lie. No offense, Brandy May. Absolutely no offense. But way to go. I mean, kudos for standing toe-to-toe with somebody like Bella Inc. and really putting on one hell of a show. Bella Inc. pulls out the win. Not surprised there, but I'm like super excited to see Brandy May come back into the LFC ring and be a big part of the action inside the ring. I know she's like me, she's done judging stuff, and she's had a huge integral part of setting up venues and doing this and that, and then all the lingerie designs and her lingerie design. I mean, holy crap, what a killer. But it's great to see her take another side of her talents and take it into the LFC ring and bring all that talent under the banner like that. I think that's fucking amazing. And it was a great fight.
To add to your point, when Tommy was talking about everything from the spectacle with the entrance, may I say, God bless America with that attire. Hello, Bella Inc. And then you got Brandy May, like we mentioned, the Niche Boutique. But what I like about Brandy May is, like you mentioned there, entrepreneur, wrestler, I mean, bodybuilder, showman. She is one of those women who is, dare I say, not a lady to mess with, much like her counterpart, Bella Inc. And I think these two gelled well, like we mentioned. The synergy was there, and I'm open to a round two. I'm open to more Brandy May into LFC, but I got to say, this was a hell of a way to start the show between Bella and getting that victory over Brandy May. And then we get to the second bout, which we're all happy here, but this one, it takes a little bit of a sad point in today's show, but I got to say, from what we saw, we'll do it like this and like that and like this, and to quote Snoop Dogg, ain't nothing but a G thing, baby, because she was coming out looking like a G. Coven, my God almighty, man. The debut of Coven looking as good as only as she can against former LFC champion Monica the Flowerbomb Garcia. Now, Tommy, we have not seen Monica Flowerbomb Garcia since her victory at LFC 37 back to the mansion against Sinister Shay Lynn. Here she comes out rocking it. Monica and Coven, the size differential here. Monica with the ground game, man, punching her, striking her, doing her thing as only she can do, using that size and stature. Coven was no slouch, though. She was not no zilch, if I can use the Italian word here. She was not no zilch, and she got right back on her with the ground and pound game, punching her, striking her, boom. And then all of a sudden, Monica sizes her up. She gets a little twerkage on it like she's Miley Cyrus. She can't stop, won't stop, and she can't be tamed. And then bada boom, and we see a ricochet, a little thing going off the head, off the mat, and oh my goodness, I got to tell you something, Tommy Bell. I winced because I was like, ooh, I felt it. And I wasn't even there, but I felt it.
Oh, Michael, that was the pound that shook the LFC right there. And it certainly shook her up, and I think everybody took that deep, I know I did. I took that deep breath of, oh shit.
Yep.
You know, and I hate moments like that, which is funny because I'm going to play two sides of the same card right now, and you know why? It's because I fucking can. But okay. I love bouts when people are beating the shit out of each other, quote unquote. Like, I love that. That's why I draw the shit that I draw, and that's why I get shit gets me fired up. But at the same time, I'm going to flip that card and say, when someone gets seriously injured, I don't like that. I really hate that. It's unfortunate. It's just, it sucks. It sucks when that happens. It will happen from time to time because you're in a sport that is fighting. It's wrestling. I mean, it's literally in the fucking title. But I want to see two ladies beat the crap out of each other. But I don't want to see somebody have to go to the hospital or have to end a match because of an injury that occurred during. And I know that kind of sounds fucked up, but that's exactly the way I feel. So in that moment, I took that stop of, God damn it, you know, and it was really unfortunate and really sad, you know, because Coven was out to kill it. She definitely was. So that injury really did a sidestep on that bout, and it was a definite bummer.
I think with anything, and I'm going to use the two S's here because you were being very bluntly honest, and I like your double sides, the other side of the coin, so to speak. It's safe and spectacular. You have to keep it safe, but also do it in spectacular fashion. At the end, we did see the trainers and everybody check on Coven in the corner there, her coach and everybody around her at her side, and Monica would get the win via referee stoppage, tap out, and chalk it up to Monica Flowerbomb Garcia with another victory in her pocket. Yeah. And with that, I mean, we moved to the next bout, which we went from that. This was a roller coaster ride of everywhere. Evoking emotions, eliciting reaction. This is LFC. So right. We get to our third bout. Well, now, we have MJ the Dominator. God bless America. I can't even talk because God bless America.
MJ the Dominator Domino.
Yep. Thank you.
MJ.
MJ, the Dominator Domino. I can't even talk because God bless America. She came out with the 4th of July. My God, as we know, folks, it's the 4th of July. Way to spend it with the LFC fighters. And thank you, Tommy Bell, for helping me with my stutter, like I'm Joe and Mystical up in this bitch. And then we get the debut of Allie Spoon, which we saw her at LFC 38 interacting during MJ's bout with Mai Richards. You know, the card right to her face. She was like, "What's up?" Dressing like a French maid, Tommy Bell. A French maid. Oh, my goodness. And, well, bell rings. Ding, ding, ding. Snapmare. And dare I say, to quote the great Bubba Sparks and the Yin Yang Twins, I'm going back to my middle school days, 2006. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. To go back to 1994, Rexon effect. All I want to do is zoom, and a boom, boom. Just shake your rump. Allie Spoon with some twerkage. Tap out on the booty. What the fuck? Miss Allie Spoon in her LFC debut, 31 seconds, beats MJ the Dominator Domino. And yeah, as much as I just said that was the bout. Tommy Bell, your thoughts on this quick bout? We saw 45 seconds with Zea Fay and Ruby the Booty Vuitton at LFC 37 back to the mansion. Now 31 seconds, Allie Spoon, MJ the Dominator Domino. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's going to take me longer than 31 seconds to actually say what I got to say about this, but I'm going to start. I'm going to start off. Take two. I'm going to start off by saying this. MJ, your entrances continue to excel and kill it. I mean, nothing against anybody else, but damn, that she just, it's that personality. It's that confidence level when she comes out, and she was coming out ready to kill it. And I'm sure nobody besides her was more surprised than I was after 31 seconds going, well, and here's my question. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? It's no. And I'm going to say this. No. I'm not going to count that as an MJ Domino loss. I'm not an active judge at that event, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
You're just speaking your truth. No, you're speaking your truth.
Scorecard, it reads different, though. That's all I'm going to say. But I just, you know what? No. And maybe me and the Prez will butt heads on it. But I don't. No, MJ, that's not a loss. I'm not counting that one. That one didn't happen. How about that? The entrance was outstanding. No, absolutely not.
All right, now I like your style of no over here, sir. No.
My name is no.
My name is no. Okay, so to add on to your point, because Tommy makes a great point here, Mr. Dr. No over here. So we have, I look at it like this, because first of all, her entrance, I got to say, MJ has really come a long way with confidence or overall being in foundation. I'm loving this MJ, the Dominator Domino. And I mean, dude, like, for me,
yeah.
But like smothering of the bootay. I mean, we saw something similar, but it was a hold with Jolene Hex and Allie Babydoll Parks back in LFC 30, Born to Be Wild. But this was just excessive. And I mean, dare I say, Allie Spoon was using her assets. And dare I say, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. But in this particular scenario, yeah. I mean, congratulations to Allie Spoon. She's undefeated in LFC. But yeah. I can't count as a loss for her either, because I've never seen something like this. But
was excessive.
It was booty shaking, earthquaking, and I'm like, I mean, we're on the West Coast, so I mean, there are earthquakes on the West Coast, but God damn it, man, I can't count it as an L.
Christ.
I know. It's a tough one for me. It's a tough one for me as well. So congratulations, Allie Spoon.
Here's the thing, though, and this is what makes, if there's anything to be said on a positive note about a match like that, it's going to be this, and I'm really reaching for this one here, but here we go. This is absolutely what I do love about the LFC events, is that you absolutely know what you're getting, but at the same time, you have no fucking idea what you're getting, because things are going to happen, and that's part of the theatrics of a show like that, and like this event that we're talking about right now. I'm sure I've said the same thing about events in the past, and I know I said the same thing about the one that we were at. Like, you don't know. Shit's going to happen. Someone might get a cake in the face. You just don't know.
Okay, so to follow up on that great point, sir, the spontaneity of the moments and memories that happen to LFC folks is what you get. And that certainly was a moment, and we continue to make moments as
With
we
a
get
rump shaker.
Okay. All right, hold on here, man. Do you even know Rexon Effects Rump Shaker until I said it?
Jesus Christ, dude! I know I'm wearing a fedora, but I'm not that out of touch.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know what your robots and stuff that you like,
son
man.
of a rotten bitch.
I'm just saying, rat fink that I am. goddammit. So we move on to. I'm just checking, man. I'm just checking if you're aware of your surroundings. You know the temperature. I know you're into that new wave stuff. So I'm just trying to feel you out here, Tommy. Huh?
I see that new wave jab. You had to get that in, didn't you?
I did. I'm jabbing.
You're doing your promos, ain't you?
Yeah, it's up. So we move on to the next bout. It's bout number 4.
Never gonna have us judge together in an event ever. Sean's never gonna let that happen.
Please do. So we get to bout number 4. It's the returns. We got 2 returns in here. I'm not talking about Return of the Mac like Mark Morrison. I'm talking about
Return of the Jedi.
Like it.
No.
I like your style.
No.
I like your style.
Return of the King.
Okay.
All right, keep going.
All right, I see you. So we got the return of Zea Fay, who is, like we mentioned, is best known for her bout with Ruby the Booty Vuitton, getting that victory in 45 seconds at LFC 37 back to the mansion. Can she go longer as she takes on Jenny Holom, who we saw make her debut at LFC 37.5 at the FHM bootleg against MJ the Dominator Domino. Jenny's looking for a win. Zeba's looking to go undefeated. I like this because we are showing the wrestling background, and this is the girl who's got the skills that kills, much like Tommy Bell replaced the S, put in a Z. Zea Fay takes on Jenny Holom. She worked on the arm. She worked on the ground game. The grappling was there. She took her down. Jenny Holom came back as well with some ground game and working on her in her own right. But I got to say, she was very quick. She was very astute, and she was very, dare I say, joint manipulation. She was right in the mix. Very scientific ground game by Zea Fay. You mentioned the skills that kill so much as Jenny Holom did. Very powerful in her own right. Very statuesque, like I mentioned earlier with Brandy May, the bigger of the two, David and Goliath, if you will. But I got to say this, Zea Fay took her down to one point where she got her in that STF modification, that crossface, if you will. Tap it, tap, tap. Zea Fay is undefeated 2-0. I thought these two gelled well together. It was really, really good. I am loving me some Zea Fay. I am loving me some Jenny Holom. But Zea Fay is now 2-0, and they went the distance. Tommy Bell, talk about Zea Fay and Jenny Holom.
I was honestly not aware of Jenny Holom. She was not on my radar until this event. And so it was really cool because you know what? Especially with the newcomers, one of the things that I watch is for their level of confidence because they're fucking nervous. It's like it's their first event. And she came out really confident, really strong. Her entrance was really cool. So Jenny Holom, way to go. Double thumbs up, I'm telling you right now. I love Zea Fay. And we actually crossed paths in Vegas at one point at a different event. And she just great, super positive and super full of energy. And so I knew that this was going to be a really good, I didn't think it was going to be 31-second fight, and it wasn't. But I remember watching back and forth and going, boy, if someone's going to ask me who's going to, who am I picking to win? I'm glad I'm not judging it, but I'm not sure if I would have picked Zea to win. And I'm really, it's really exciting to see her undefeated, but both ladies put on a spectacular fight. That was a really good one. It was a lot of energy and it was a lot of back and forth. And it was really,
It was fun. And what I liked about it too is, again, she used the ground game that she knows her strengths. She exposed Jenny Holom's weaknesses. And like I mentioned with Jenny Holom, I think she's not only going to continue to get better, but she does have a lot of potential, like Tommy Bell said. And Zea Fay, man, 2-0. Congratulations, Zea Fay. We love us some Zea Fay, man. Oh my goodness. But who else that we love is, we're up to our semi-main event now, is we have the return, a 10-year return, Tommy Bell. Jeez Louise. We haven't seen this woman since 2014, LFC 18 Lace versus Leather, as she took on Genevieve Serpentine at the time, a.k.a. to LFC fans, Genevieve the Sorceress Hex, who we last saw her at LFC 31 Booty Camp 2 against Daisy Ducati, the one with the snake, with that venom. So the venom was coming out here as Samia the Goddess Glam makes her debut, or returned LFC, for her debut at LFC 40 Booty Camp 5. Can't even talk. Samia the Goddess Glam, folks, against Courtney Coco Loco Pemberton, who we saw make her debut at LFC 36 Booty Camp.
They put all the tongue twisters in this match for you.
they did. LFC, Jesus Christ. LFC 36 Booty Camp 4. So great to see Courtney Coco Loco Pemberton back. I really did enjoy what we saw here, man, because these two, it wasn't even like they were fighting at times. It was very sensual. Like her, Courtney up against the ropes. Like they were fighting. Like we did see some takedowns and working on the arm. We saw the takedowns from both Samia and Courtney, but there was a lot of love going on here, folks. And I got to say, I really did enjoy this just because the hip attacks, everything, you know where I'm going, everything into this. But then at the end, she locks her in what I can best describe as like a CM Punk Anaconda Vice. And she puts her in the front choke, and that was the end. That was the tap out. Samia the Goddess Glam gets the victory, and she was done. And Courtney Coco Loco Pemberton was done because at the end she goes, I think I just came. So, well, that was a way to finish on all rounds. And Samia the Goddess Glam gets her first victory in LFC. And yeah, Tommy, talk about it. My goodness.
That's exactly, Mr. Larkin, what you call a finish. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
The belt, Tommy. The belt.
Are we still on?
Hey, what can you say? Like, that's what it was.
No one can blame me. I don't give a shit. Nobody can blame me. I mean, there's not an awful lot to talk about other than to repeat what you just said, which was, again, going right back to what I said before, the great thing with LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships is you just never know exactly what you're going to get on that underside of it. You know it's going to be lingerie fighting, and there's going to be a ring, and there's going to be the most amazing ladies inside that ring, and they're going to be fighting. You don't know how they're going to be fighting. You don't know if it's going to be this hate-filled, aggressive speed match. You don't know if somebody's going to be out in 31 seconds. You don't know if it's going to be more of a lover's hug, if you will. But that match had a great finish.
It did. A great finish.
It finished well.
That they did. That they
Indeed.
did.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Oh my.
So, and we're having a lot of fun here, but I will say this: these two really worked the crap out of each other, and it was really good. It was good. And then,
oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
How hot it was inside that arena, and I'm like, yeah, temperature went up by 25 degrees there.
To quote the Kool-Aid man, oh yeah, that was a great joke.
I come busting down that fucking wall.
Samia the Goddess Glam gets the victory over Courtney Coco Loco Pemberton. To quote this the way the 90s kid in me goes, this was like Amber in the Thunderpuss remix. Yes, Thunderpuss. I thought it was only appropriate to bring up the Thunderpuss remix. The way I feel is sexual. The way I feel is sexual when you're next to me. The Europop Amber. Do you even know who? Tommy Bell? Do you know?
No, you know what this is? This is a quote from When Harry Met Sally. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll have what she's having. Yes, exactly. It's what that was. Oh. So we go from the semi-main event and having what she was having to having some more with the main event of LFC 40 Booty Camp 5 for the Booty Camp chain and championship. The Booty Camp championship.
Somebody doesn't have all of the belts anymore.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying. That's all. No, I'm not saying anything to anybody. Right? I'm not going to poke anybody. I'm only making a comment. Somebody doesn't have all the championship belts anymore.
Oh, Jolene. So I said it for you, Jolene. So
you said that, not me.
And I love Jolene. But anyway, Bella Madison, Bella the Goddess of Chaos Madison, took on Sarah the Rebel Wolf. We have seen Sarah against Jenny Bloody Valentine back at LFC 38 Angels and Little Devils. We have seen so many things that really go on with Sarah being whether she's referee or whether she's in the ring.
Questions about this match. I know you got this whole intro thing, dude, but like from the same team.
That was what I was going to. You son of a gun. They were on the same team. They're on the same team.
How the fuck does that happen?
I don't know, but Joel was going back and forth, helping his girls.
Yeah, so you got one coach, Joel Kane.
Yep.
Gotta love Joel. And here he is, right in the middle. And I'm going, you knucklehead, how you going to coach both ladies that are on your team about winning a fight that they're fighting against each other? Did you think that through? Or is that just something that you planned and then didn't work out in the end?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it did because you had a winner and you had a loser, but what a great match. But you know what? Before I continue on, go on with your intro. I cut you off.
You're fine. You're fine. This is what we do, man. So we have a start of, let's have a twerk off. We shouldn't be fighting with twerk. And then she absolutely gets her right in the gut. Suplex City, bitch. And then we get to so many great counterparts. Both women were saying the same idea where they clashed heads and boom. It's one of those things where I like the fact of the systematic dissection, joint manipulation, like I mentioned, but the ground game was on point. Everything was on point, from the full Nelsons, from the fact that she spit water in Bella Madison's face like she was Triple H and it was time to play the game.
Right.
We had so many combustible elements here. It ends with a side slam. Bella was working over that arm throughout the bout. Full Nelsons galore. These two, again, great synergy, great chemistry, but Bella Madison gets her in that cross arm breaker, that arm bar, tap it, tap, tap. Bella, the goddess of chaos Madison, she's the woman of the hour, is the booty camp champion. And then Sarah once more throws some water, fights with her. She's talking trash. She's a sore loser, the whole nine. Bella Madison gets drenched with the water. She gets everything, whether she gets championship, she's got blingage. Bella Madison is that bitch, to put it bluntly. She gets the win over Sarah the Rebel Wolf. Booty camp champion. Go ahead, Tommy Bill.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's so much to be said about a match like this, but the first thing that you knew is that when these two came out, again, my confusion is the same team.
Yeah.
Why didn't you have somebody switch over to a different team and then have it, like, if you're going to go against each other instead of having to coach two people on the same? But again, the fact that happened can only be said for lingerie fighting championships. It's the only place you're going to see something like that happen, where you start scratching and go, what the fuck is going on right now? But it works in the context of the show because it's yet another unexpected element. So now you've got two people on the same team going at it. And when you see that as Sarah Wolf and you see that as Bella Madison, one thing that's guaranteed: theatrics. Absolute theatrics. And the match was that from start to finish. Every move, I mean, it was just nonstop, action-packed all the way through. I, again, wouldn't have been able to guess who was going to walk away with that blingage. And in the end, it is my buddy Bella Madison. And I will say that it was well earned. I think it's been some time coming. And it's good to see. And she's such a fucking character that it's really good to see that bling on her, because now she's got something, to throw around, So before she was just throwing her hands on this face, and now she's got this to come out with and throw around. Not that she's not going to be challenged, because I'm sure that's going to happen. But that's beside the point. It's the fact that the blingage is starting to spread throughout the LFC community a little bit, and I think that makes it really exciting. This match was really fucking exciting, and it went the distance. There was so much between the water spitting like Godzilla and everything else going on. It was just really, and it's definitely looked like there was some bad blood there towards the end of it. So, will both people remain on the same pink team, Joel? Or is somebody going to transfer because now there's some bad blood there? And like, you don't know, because it's all in LFC. I sit here and wonder about these things because I've got nothing to fucking do. No, because I'm so wrapped up in what goes on with what they put out that it can't help but spark my quirky imagination into wondering all these things. But Bella Madison, she got some lineage now. She got something to throw around along with that character and that attitude, and holy crap. It just sets LFC 40. Can you fucking believe LFC 40?
I know, man. 40.
But LFC 40 has now set the stage for the next grand event, and each event does that. Each event almost ends at some kind of a cliffhanger where you may not have the same characters returning. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but it doesn't matter because the roster has expanded to such recognizable names that when you see these names and they're matched up against each other, it's like earlier today I was watching the new Godzilla versus Kong movie and I kind of said, this is like LFC on hairy steroids and shit. But the only thing missing is a bunch of little paper buildings in the middle of that ring, but it was fucking great, and so you watch all these titans collide. And I look at a lot of LFC matches, people know this, and I see these titans colliding. Not that I suddenly picture Bella Inc. as Godzilla, because I don't. But it's that same showmanship. It's that same pow, bang that I get from watching my monster movies that I also get from turning on the LFC and seeing these same colossal fights. It's just, oh, yeah.
No, I'm right there with you.
I don't know where I was going with it.
Well said, my friend. But no, it's really one of those things where you had Sarah Wolf, who went to a draw with Jenny back at LFC 38, and now here she is in the main event of an LFC booty camp. Man, it's a
so
fun
cool to see. So cool to see.
Right, and it's so cool just to see not only those two mix it up, but just more of Sarah Wolf, more Bella Madison, and more LFC. Which next time we will see us and all of your LFC glory, if you will, is LFC 41 Lingerie Fight Club. Why does that sound familiar? On August 15th, LFC
Fight. We can't talk about it?
At LFCfights.com. We can actually talk about this. So LFC 41.
We gotta check with the LFC staff and make sure that we have the permission to talk about Fight Club.
Of course. Brad Pitt, don't come for us, motherfucker. So LFC 41 Lingerie Fight Club comes August 15th back on LFCfights.com, which you should check out, as you should check out LFC 40 Booty Camp 5. What a show, man. What a show, and what a lot of twists and turns. The roller coaster ride that is Lingerie Fighting Championships. And before we close this out, after giving our review and our booty-shaking, earthquaking selves and our Godzilla mentioning Return of the Jedi, Return of the pop culture nerdiness, Tommy Bell, where can we follow you not only on the social media fronts before I do the plug, but let us know, man. Go ahead, brother.
On Facebook, it's just Tommy Bell, and then on Instagram and Twitter, it's Tommy Bell Art, and you can look that up, and when you see this little old face, you'll know exactly where you're at, and then, the great thing about it is the more comfortable I get, I have no idea what's coming next. I'm on a little bit of a podcast parade. I've been invited to do a number of different guest spots on some podcasts around some of the stuff, and I always make sure that Lingerie Fighting Championships is within the context of that dialogue. I mean, I wouldn't be wearing my LFC colors tonight if I wasn't. The LFC was the first company to support me. They still support me, and I support them. And everybody who is involved in that banner has been so great. I think the only thing missing from this event with all of its booty shaking would have been, and we've talked about this on past LFC podcasts, my friend, the amazing Brooke Gilly, TikToking away. We all got to do that LFC TikTok booty shaking bullshit, which you guys talked about.
Get the TikTok dance going. That is definitely something we have to start. We should. All we need you now is to do, drop it low, dip it up slow like Christina Milian, Tommy Bell. You ready to dip it low? I can see you right there. You ready to dip that shit low?
Oh, trust me, nobody wants to see that. But if you really do, then you can go to my Only Seniors account and and check out all the hot pics there.
Oh boy, we got this son of a bitch dressing like it's an Abbott and Costello movie. You look like friggin' Bud Abbott and friggin' Who Done It, man. Where they're where they're making the soda, like the soda pop and all that stuff. And he goes, "Oh, so when'd you order the Sunday? Friday. Oh, you gotta wait 2 days." That's what it is.
Look, Costello, if you don't want to get into it, who's on first? We're gonna leave it right where it is.
I'm just saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Don't you be telling me.
Friggin' hold that ghost, man. I want you to watch that candle. Chuck, oh Chuck.
What is it this time?
It's so good. It's so good. Oh boy. So Abbott and Costello references
like
aside.
Who's on first? What's on second?
I don't know. Third base. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So
oh boy.
So Abbott and Costello.
The LFC's own Abbott and Costello. We're gonna be your returning judges sometime. So look the fuck out.
Tell you damn straight. So if you want to check out all the LFC stuff, go to LFCfights.com. Fights_LFC. Fights _ LFC, LFC _ fights, LFC fights, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LFCfights.com. Check out the VIP section of the LFC website featuring the LFC podcast. Tommy Bell Art, Sketchy and Funny, featuring the bonus episode coming soon with Mignon the Fiend. Shout out to Mimi once more. Hello. Yes, and so many great things to come from the Lingerie Fighting Championship side of things. Check out Tommy Bell Art, check out the LFC, and check out each and every one doing the damn thing and support the great brand that is Lingerie Fighting Championships with our shirts, with our colors, and we rep our set, and you better protect your neck because we coming for you. And with that being said, as I say with each and every one of these shows, beauty straight, the dominance of 3 elements and make women the work of art that they are. The LFC ladies certainly exude and accentuate that. And for Tommy Bell, my name is Mike Larkin. We're sharp dressed men. We love LFC. And, well, we do the damn thing on the twerkage. And we wish each and every one of you a good night and the best of luck. Bye.
Bye.
LFC. Jesus Christ. Booty camp. We'll put it at that. LFC booty camp back in 2022. LFC booty camp 4. Yeah. Booty camp 4. There you go.
It.
I'm going to be editing that out. LFC 36 booty camp 4. I'm doing you like last time. LFC 36 booty camp 4. So, yeah, that's where I'll add where I said Courtney, Coco, I'll put that part in. Put the bloopers at the end.
Did you timestamp that?
Come talk to me. I love the way you're on to me. Looking at you, looking like you're wondering if we're here for the same reason. Now that you wanna lay in the sun, getting love drunk, sticking like honey. Yeah, I bet you're here for some fun with that someone, feeling that something. If you're looking for a good time, honey, I'm right here. If you're looking for the good life, good vibes, honey, I'm right here. And I'm waiting for you. And I love you in your summer skin. Looking at you, looking like you're into it. 'Cause we're here for the same reason. Yeah, I just wanna lay in the sun, getting love drunk, sticking like honey. Yeah, 'cause I'm just here for some fun with that someone, feeling that something, If you're looking for a good time, honey, I'm right here. If you're looking for the good life, good vibes, honey, I'm right here. And I'm waiting for you. And I'm waiting for you. And I'm waiting for you. Come talk to me.